Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dear student, in this lesson we're going to talk about another rule of أحكام النون الساكن, which is called إقلاب. Okay, إقلاب. In English, إقلاب. Okay, just like we going to turn over something. Just to remind you, when we're talking about nun sakin, you have to remind yourself that we have this nun that holding sukun or not holding sukun. Both are called sakin, okay? And also we have tanween, which is also includes the ahkam of nun sakin, because in the pronunciation, when we saying tanween, when we pronouncing tanween fatha kasra dhamma, we have nun at the end of each sound, as we say an, in, un. So ahkam al-nun al-sakin include tanweens as well. And we talked about the first rule of ahkam al-nun al-sakin, the rule of nun al-sakin, which was called idhar. Just to remind you that idhar, it means when we have nun that holding sukun, and also when we have tanween that not being staggered, highlighted in black color in your book, Tajweed book. And when we have 6 letters, which they called throat letters after nun al-sakin or nun al-tanween, then we have to clearly pronounce this nun or nun al-tanween. What are the letters? We have hamza, ha, hayn, a, and kha, ghain. These 6 letters, okay? We're not going back to the explanation for izhar, just I want to remind you. So when we have nun holding sukun or tanween highlighted in black color, not being staggered, and have one of the throat letter, kha, ghain, hamza, ha, ain, ha, after this nun or the tanween, we're going to clearly pronounce this nun or nun sakin as n, an, in, un. And we also talked about the second rule of ahkam al-nun al-sakin, which was idgham. Idgham, it means when we have the other ones that not holding sukun, the nuns that not holding sukun or highlighted in gray color, or any tanween that highlighted in gray color in your tajweed book. And if we have one of the yarmalun letter after this nun or tanween, like ya, ra, mim, lam, waw, nun, then idgham happening. It means this nun or nun tanween merging into the following first letter, the first following first letter, which may be one of the yarmalun letters. And we're going to use ghunna for some of the letters like ya, mim, waw, nun, but not for ra and lam. But today's lesson is about Iqlab. Iqlab, it means when we have the nun that not holding sukun, okay? As well, nun that not holding sukun. And also, after this nun that not holding sukun, we have letter bad, okay? So when you see any nun in your book, Tajweed book, followed by any letter like ba, so in this case, we're going to change in pronunciation this nun into mim. Okay, into letter mim. Okay, letter mim. It means turning this nun into another letter, or changing this nun into another letter like letter mim in pronunciation. How can you recognize it? On top of the nun that not holding sukun, or any tanween. I'm going to explain this more in detail, inshallah. When you see nun holding this little meme highlighted in green color in your tajweed book, then in this case, and when we see that letter ba coming after this nun, that not holding sukun or is sakin, in this case, instead of reading this nun, we ignoring reading this nun, we changing this nun in pronunciation into mim, and holding on that mim for 2 harakat, 2 beats, okay? Just like this. Instead of say min ba'd, we say mim ba'd. Also jumping straight from mim kasra onto mim, not nun. So we ignore reading of nun and we changing nun into mim. So we say mim ba'di, من بعد. This process happening not only in one word, sometimes happening in one word, sometimes happening in two words, okay? As long as when you're recognizing nun sakin, it means nun that not holding sukun or tanween as well, and on top of the nun you see meme, okay? Meme that highlighted in green color in your tajweed book, and after that we have letter ba, okay? So in this case, so one of the reason for iqlab to happen, this is called iqlab. Iqlab in Arabic, in English we're going to say changing letter noon to meme. So we're not going to read noon, instead we're changing noon into meme. We say meme ba'd, and we stretch meme for 2 seconds. This is called iqlab, okay? This is a pronunciation. When you changing noon to meme, you say mim ba'di, mim ba'di. It means we completely changed noon into. So you're going to change noon to meme, to the articulation point of meme. Instead of reading noon, you're going to read meme, and the reading is going to be like this. When we're changing noon into meme, the reading is going to be mim ba'd, and you're going to stretch for 2 seconds on meme. It means you're completely going to ignore noon and reading meme, and you stretch on meme, holding it for 2 seconds. As you see in your book, it's telling you any color in green, it means إخفاء أو مواقع الغنة حركتان, okay? It means you have to give it غنة. So any letter highlighted in green, you must not forget about غنة. As you see in here, we have got one example of إقلاب. Why? Because in here we have tanween kasra. The second kasra that represent nun الساكن, nun, in, been changed to mim. In Quran, it is been simplified for you. They changed second kasra to mim. So instead of say hizbim, you have to say hizbim and stretch on mim for 2 haraka. Why? Because green color, it means using ghunna and stretch it for 2 haraka. Okay, so you have to say hizbim bima, hizbim bima. That is called iqlab. Another example, can you see in here? We have tanween dhamma. The second dhamma that represent nun sakin being changed to mim. It means we have iqlab. Why? Because after tanween we have letter ba. So that is the reason for iqlab to happen. So instead of say sayyi'atun, you have to say sayyi'atum. It means in place of nun you have to read mim and stretch this meme for 2 haraka. Why? Because it has been highlighted in green color. So sayyi'atum bima, sayyi'atum bima. That's how you're going to deal with iqlab, inshallah. It is clear for you how you're going to recognize it on the Quran and what you're going to do with iqlab. I hope it is clear for all of you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.